Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I'm recording this on Friday, January 13th, and I'm being date specific because today is a very special day in this journey that God has taken me through for the past 7 years. But today in particular, I celebrate the fact that I was so exhausted from carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I was on this day 6 years ago on my quitting sugar journey, and I was doing really well with ditching sugar from my diet, super well. However, because of my metabolism and because of how damaged my metabolism was, I was having a really difficult time losing weight. Over a 10-month period, I only lost 18 pounds off of my 230-pound body. And I was wondering why. I was so frustrated because I felt like I was doing all the right things. So, anyhow, let me take a sip of some fresh joy from my mug. I just wanted to come and talk to you today from the heart. This is nothing scripted. Um, as I'm preparing to go for my workout today, I'm thinking of you in this community. I always pray for you. So I want you to know that I am praying for you. Most of you are here because you have some struggles with sugar addiction or food addiction or obesity, or perhaps your mental health is a hot mess. Sorry to put it that way, but I've been there. I know what it's like. And maybe your spiritual health, maybe you haven't picked up your Bible in months or years, or you never pick up your Bible. You just go and sit in church on Sunday and you think that that's enough. So today, on January 13th, 2017, after a conversation with a friend over lunch, and at which time in that lunch, I thought I was eating sugar-free, but I had steak, potatoes, salad, a roll probably as well. So over a conversation with her, just expressing my frustration about how my weight loss was so slow. And she asked me if I had ever heard of Dr. Jason Fung and the practice of intermittent fasting. And I had never heard of Dr. Jason Fung or intermittent fasting. The only fasting I was familiar with was from growing up in the church. And when the church would call for a fast period or something like that, I would always think, how in the world can they do that? How can they go without food for that long? So today, I just want you to hear my heart. I know that you are in this community for a reason. There was some little niggling, some little nudging that you got on your spirit, just like I got on that day. I went home on January 13th and from that lunch conversation, and I Googled hormones and fasting. And let me tell you, the very top Google hits that I got completely changed my life. And I knew when I landed on that Diet Doctor website and binged watched and binged read, particularly Dr. Fung's content on the Diet Doctor website, there was something that settled over my spirit that I knew. I just knew deep down in my heart that intermittent fasting and a low carb lifestyle would change my metabolism and help me begin the process of really healing. So I just want to encourage you today that whatever it is that God has impressed on your heart, whatever reason it is that you showed up here, that you maybe took my "What hurdle is blocking your weight loss goals" quiz. A lot of you have landed here because of that. A lot of you are here because you've joined when I've offered help for the holidays with just my short tips and tricks. I love pouring into you. I love having this free community. I love being available for you. I love the fact that the Lord released me from a 32-year corporate career so that I could do this full time to support you. But I also know that, and I have like this intense stirring in my heart for 2023. 2022 is behind me. 2022, 2021, 2020 were horrendous, horrible, very difficult years filled with many trials. And we're turning the corner over those trials, praise God. But I know he took us through those for a reason. But I'm clinging to the verses in Isaiah 43, 18 and 19, particularly verse 18. I started memorizing it. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. So I'm not dwelling on the past, and I'm asking you to perhaps not dwell on the past as well. I know it's hard. I know it's frustrating. I know it really messes with our minds when we feel like we're doing all the right things and nothing's helping us feel better. We're busting our butts at the gym, or we're counting our calories, we're weighing out food, we're following the checklist of the food allowed food products to a T. We're buying the magic pills and the magic formulas and the magic shakes, and we're not deviating, or maybe we are deviating, and we're cheating ourselves, and we're cheating the future that God has for us when he is calling us to live healthy and well for him. I always say that when you feel better, you can serve better. And I have a friend who says living longer and stronger, so that we can serve God longer, so that we can fulfill our calling that the Lord has placed on our lives. So from my heart, I want you to know that the reason I do this, try not to get emotional. The reason I do this is because I know, dear Jesus girl, I know that God has a calling on your life. And I know that he created you for a purpose. I know this now because for almost 50 years, I didn't know it for myself. But I see how the Lord works. I've experienced his goodness. Oh, taste and see the Lord is good. Even on the super, super hard, difficult days, I can taste and see that the Lord is good. And that's where I'm coming from, with a heart to help you. And I have this passion to get you to accept the fact that God has a plan for your life. And if he is putting something on your spirit to start fixing your health in your body, mind, and spirit, I'm praying for you, and I'm urging you to take a step and start paying attention to that. Start taking action on it. You'll hear me do a speaking topic about a heart of joy, and very quickly from Psalm 4:7, I learned all about the true meaning of a heart of joy and what a true heart transformation looks like. And David writes, you, the Lord, you have filled my heart with greater joy than they have when their grain and new wine abound. It is just like that verse just downloaded into my spirit when I read it with new eyes last year. And it reminded me of the journey that I've been through. A heart transformation requires, I made a heart acronym. A heart transformation requires handling our emotions, examining our thoughts, asking for motivation, running with courage. Yes, this is hard. This is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. And the last part of a heart transformation is taking action. So I can give you all these little tips and tricks, which I'm happy to do. That's why I made this free community. But I want to go much deeper with you. I want to see you commit and to really take the time to pray about it today. Pray about it over the weekend. What does it really mean to take action? What does that really mean? You can also catch me saying a lot, like, let this be the last Monday that you start over. We're not going to start over every Monday anymore. Like, that is a former thing. That's something from the past that we're not going to dwell on. We're not going to beat ourselves up about. We're going to move forward because Isaiah 43:19, I don't have this part memorized yet, but I will because it's my theme verse for the year. Isaiah 43:18 and 19, if you would like to join me in a theme verse. God is making a new way. He's creating a new path for streams in the desert. I don't know about you, but I lived in the desert for 30 years. It's a long time. Almost as long as the Israelites wandering around for 40 years, but there was something desperate in my soul that I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put the pieces together. And it wasn't until I started picking up my Bible every day, shortly after I began my quitting sugar journey, because I was sleeping better. I was waking up early. I no longer had headaches every day. My brain fog lifted. And I would say that within a few short weeks after I quit my sugar journey, now this is before I discovered the keto lifestyle. We are just talking about quitting sugar right now. Focusing on that one ingredient, I was able to focus on the one who created me with a purpose, who created you with a purpose. So I'm wondering if you could focus on one ingredient while keeping your eyes fixed on the one. Oh, taste and see, the Lord is good. He is our primary focus in this coaching community. So my spiritual health healed so much. I didn't even know I needed a special healing in that way. I mean, I was raised in a Christian home. I accepted the Lord as a child in after school Bible class, but I never picked up my Bible and I never read his word. And now his word is truly the thing that satisfies every longing, every craving that I have in my life. His word covers all of that. It goes into each and every nook and cranny of where I was emotionally unwell and spiritually unwell. And all of that together, you start improving your spiritual walk with the one. Your brain fog lifts, you have better clarity. All of a sudden, you're bouncing off the walls and your mood has kind of like flipped, and your husband's asking you, what is going on with you? There's definitely something changing. And that's good to hear, when other people observe the changes too. And then when I put it all together, the spiritual, emotional health, healing, picking up his word, focusing on one ingredient, trying to be obedient to what I felt the Lord putting in my heart as far as what I was putting in my body and how I was treating my body, the temple. I have a whole nother devotional lesson on dwell and how God dwells with us and all about our body, the temple. It's exciting from his word too. I will share that with you someday as well. But anyhow, so this heart transformation happened for me because I 100% believe that God put a calling on my life and my purpose, because this heart transformation is for you as well. I have been set free. I've been set free from a future of chronic disease. I've been set free from mood swings. I've been set free from periods of depression where I figured that my family would be better off without me. I've been set free from migraines, obstructive sleep apnea, fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, metabolic dysfunction, pain and inflammation in my joints. I've been set free from someone who would never speak about the good news of great joy. I'm an introvert, but I feel like God has created me to be an extroverted introvert now. Like he's pushing me beyond my limits. He's taking me out of my comfort zone in so many ways. And I want him to do the same for you. So, friends, ladies, Jesus girls, if you're ready for that heart transformation, I invite you to come along on the journey, the very first steps that it takes to learn yourself, know God better, and what He's drawing you to, He can see you through. And I want to coach you through that because I've been there, I've done it, I've spent hundreds, probably thousands of hours reading, researching, engaging with people, top level people in the way of eating where we're going to clean up our diet. And in the first 21 days, I'm going to guide you step by step through a boot camp to bust your sugar cravings. That's what I experienced when I decided to give up sugar. And I took it step by step. I didn't go all in. I don't encourage people to go all in. I mean, if that's you, if that's your character, I celebrate you. I'm so happy for you. But I took it step by step, and I have found through my coaching these past couple of years that the women who do take it step by step to avoid the overwhelm have much more success. And I'm going to share with you what works for me combined with what's worked for other women that I've coached over the past couple of years. And I have a new program. I have a new way. This is personally my program, my way of doing things that I can coach you through, and it's called SugarFreed Me. So I'm having a 21-day boot camp, which will be available. The first one begins on January 21st, and I'm looking for a handful of very committed women to join me in this journey. And I'm offering it at a really low price because I need a beta team. I need somebody to help me test this out and to come along with me and to really give me feedback by engaging in the community, showing up for the group Q&A sessions, watching and listening to my 5 modules, my 5 lessons that I'll have every weekday, and also reading some devotionals that I share, and watching, like I said, watching the videos, and knowing that you can go back and watch the videos anytime you need to. And also you'll just get a very simple structure, a very simple timeline, a checklist, if you will. If you love checking things off, you will get that. And 21 days, I can tell you, in my experience, the day I decided to give up sugar was March 10th, 2016. And I gave it up by choosing the one thing that I was starting my day with that was full of sugar, and that was coffee creamer. You'll hear more about that if you come alongside me in the boot camp. And little did I know that even though people posted on my Facebook post that you're crazy, I could never give up coffee, little did I know how that one little choice would change my life forever. But I knew God was leading me in this direction because after so many diagnoses and painful ovarian cysts and ultrasounds and, you better do this or you need to do that. And my own research led me to the fact that sugar was destroying my health. And that's why I decided to quit sugar on March 10th, 2016. And I'm inviting you to join me and quit sugar. There is no nutritional value in sugar, I promise you that. If anything, it destroys our body. It clouds our mind. And for me personally, as a food and sugar addict, which I now confess to, it was separating me from my relationship with Jesus. I had made food and my obsession with food an idol in my life. And if that's where you're at, I can help you with that as well. So, friend, what do you say? I'm announcing the 21-day Bust Your Sugar Cravings SugarFreed Me Boot Camp today, brand new, all new for 2023. and it will be available in future months. But today, particularly, is January 13th, 2023, which is actually the 6-year anniversary of the day I discovered additional help that I needed for my metabolism in intermittent fasting and a low carb lifestyle. But we will talk more about that after the 21-day boot camp. The 21-day boot camp to bust your sugar cravings is simply that. It is designed to take you step by step to bust your sugar cravings and do a lot of soul searching. Like, how is sugar impacting your entire life? I'm not just talking about your physical health. So that's my heart for you. If you want more information, I am going to be posting this video in a couple of different places. So if you want more information, you can leave a comment or you can send me a DM. Let me know that you're ready and that you want to be one of the handful of women to join me in this brand new SugarFreed Me boot camp, 21 days to bust your sugar cravings. If you get in on this first launch of this program, you are going to get a ton of extra coaching from me. I am going to be showing up so much for you because I really want to. First of all, again, my heart is for you to find a transformation story and to live out your purpose and your calling. But I really want to get some feedback from you as well. Like, what's working for you? Where are you struggling? Where do you need more support? Things like that. So what do you say, friends? I will drop a link in the comments below or in the description below, wherever you're seeing this video, of how you can connect and learn more about the SugarFreed Me Bootcamp, 21 days to bust your sugar cravings. And I really hope to see you there. Have a very blessed day, and always make sure that you choose joy. Joy has changed my life in this journey. That's another thing I love to talk about too. See you soon.